Alright guys, so this summer I've been working a lot with Nitzan, been trying to improve his forehand kinetic chain, basically trying to take it from a kinetic chain where he's got the pieces in the wrong order, he's laying the racket back first, then rotating into the shot. And what we're really looking for is to rotate the body, to supinate the arm, and for that to lay the racket back. So the first task was to get it right in practice, to get that feeling of the kinetic chain in the right order and feel like we have the blueprint. So as I say, when we start playing matches and there's a lot of pressure and money and ranking points on the line, he kind of reverts back to what's safe, which is to lay the wrist back. Now the issue with this is because he's not initiated the swing and the lag with his arm and he's just using his wrist, the arm generally gets frozen out of the entire shot, so he's unable to supinate and pronate the arm. And things happen because of this. His contact point becomes a little bit behind him. He's a little less stable with the hand, so the racket wobbles a little bit. Whereas when he starts to get the kinetic chain right and he's rotating into the shot and he's supinating with his arm rather than his wrist, he's able to pronate the arm through the shot. So we need more arm movement and less wrist movement. Not only because that's the best way to perform the shot, but because it's unrealistic to have a lot of wrist movement and expect that that's going to work in pressure situations. Yeah. But you still, your elbow's here, it's done nothing, and there's this. This has done nothing, this moves. That's what you gotta get, not the other way around. You got gotta get used to maneuvering your arm, not your hand. Yeah, don't be loose with your hand. You gotta be loose with your arm. And the worst combination is tight with your arm and loose with your hand. You get a wobbly contact. There you go. Just work your arm, hold the racket tight and just feel like you can maneuver your arm. That was good. That was good. It's at the end of the day, it's still a throwing motion, right? You get here and you supinate. I think the issue with you thinking of a throw motion is it's not this, and that's you kind of do it like a throwing motion, like that little frisbee we have. It's that, right? Yeah. That's not tennis. You want to almost feel like you're hitting it. You're holding onto something strong like a hammer, and you're supinating and keeping onto the racket. You know, you don't want to be flinging it with your fingers like when you throw in a tennis ball.
Every time I try to accelerate and throw it faster, I just...
Yeah, it's not like that frisbee. The first bit is, but not the hand movement. Hold the racket and throw the arm. It's all right. Still flinging that wrist a little bit.
Great.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to supinate, it feels wristy, but you're not using your wrists. You're like, I'm trying not to use my wrist, but I'm getting wristy when I supinate. It's because this is counter supination, your arm's rotating, it's wristy. Do it with your shoulder. Right? It's the shoulder has to come. If you're just doing it with your arm, it's going to get wristy. Or with with the lower part of your arm. So use your shoulder, bring your shoulder in, and then keep that relationship between the shoulder and the contact point. You know what I mean? Right in there. You feel like you're hitting it with your shoulder, but you're also supinating with your shoulder. Instead of supinating with your arm here. That's why it gets wristy when you're not trying to use your wrist, because it's only lower arm supination. Does that make sense? Yeah. You've got supination here, which I guess is part of supination, but it's not coming from the shoulder.